Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome John Del Cueto from Middle Collegiate Choir. Señoras y señores, favor dar la bienvenida a John Del Cueto, del Middle Collegiate, del coro Middle Collegiate, quien estará cantando el himno de los Estados Unidos.
Young lesbian. City Council. I really want to welcome you to this very important Pride event. I want to congratulate all the honorees tonight and give a special thanks to George Takei for being here. As many of us are of his work and his witty and unwavering activism. We start this month with great news from Ireland. And as we celebrate that momentous achievement, we must remember two things. First, human rights should not be up for a popular vote, period. Human rights are inalienable rights. And second, we have to ask what's next. Marriage equality, remarkable as it is, it's not the end of the struggle. We cannot and we will not rest until full LGBT equality is achieved. Additionally, what can we say? I'm so happy for Caitlyn Jenner. She's an inspiration, and her visibility and her privilege should be used to educate others. Caitlyn broke the internet yesterday, but we must break the anti-trans violence and prejudice today. We must remember the harsh reality that many transgender and gender non-conforming people face. The pervasive discrimination compounded by the violence they face must be a wake-up call for all of us who believe in fairness and dignity. The struggle for transgender equality should be at the forefront of this battle, en la frente de la batalla. You all know, hopefully you know by now, that all throughout my political career, I've been an advocate for justice and equality. But the LGBT rights struggle is very much near and dear to my heart. As you've seen reflected in my tenure at the Council, I'm not only an ally, de la boca pa afuera, as we say in Spanish, and in English that would closely translate to an ally only on paper. We've really taken action in this council to advance the rights of LGBT New Yorkers. Now as a speaker, I'm proud to say that we have the largest LGBT caucus yet, and they've been very, very busy. Corey Johnson spearheaded legislation to allow transgender New Yorkers to change their gender marker on their birth certificate. And Danny Drum led the fight for legislation to create a Muni ID that lets gender non-conforming New Yorkers identify the preferred gender marker. Reggie Gomez spearheaded an initiative that expanded LGBT senior services to all 5 boroughs. In January of this year, the LGBT caucus and I hosted a youth summit for LGBTQ youth, along with Hetrick Martin Institute, which had attendance of over 200 young people. I was very moved by their stories and questions, and as a result of the demand for this summit, we're now going to be doing one for adults who work with young people, and we're going to do that sometime this fall, so we're very excited about that. In response to the rise in hate violence against the trans community, we are putting together a series of forums on the needs of the transgender community citywide. The first one is going to be held in Ostos Community College in the Bronx on July 23rd. It's very important to start that in an outer borough and in the Bronx. About the work we've been doing, and we will continue to do to advance the rights of the LGBT community. This month, the Supreme Court will take a decision on the freedom to marry in this country, and we're hoping that marriage equality will soon be the law of the land in the whole United States and my beloved Puerto Rico. But even more that for decades have been opening hearts and changing minds to get us all to this moment in time. As we celebrate here today, I think back only a few years ago, when I helped pull together a coalition of Latino voices for marriage equality in New York with the help of my colleague, Councilmember Rosie Mendez. Our collective voices were so much more powerful than the lonely Latino voice of bigotry that was out there. We rose up to represent the Latino community in this struggle, and love won. I've traveled many times to my Puerto Rico to successfully help lobby to get 4 pro-LGBT bills passed by the Commonwealth government and to convince the governor of Puerto Rico to stop defending the same-sex marriage ban on the island. The bills were passed, the governor agreed, and yes, love won. As I've said before, we have passed countless pro-LGBT bills in the New York City Council, and each time, love has won. But there is still work to be done. We're asking Albany to pass gender, and the same equal opportunities afforded to LGBT New Yorkers should also be afforded to all Americans by asking Congress to pass ENDA. There's a saying by Victor Hugo that's very much true today. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. The time has come for all LGBT people to finally be able to marry in their home state and, as I've said before, in Puerto Rico. People may know Puerto Rico is not a state, right? So, gotta make sure we do that. And the time has come for full LGBT equality. As a devoted ally, I will continue to work with you and our caucus and the entire diverse rainbow that makes up our LGBT community to continue to expand rights and expand access to services, especially for transgender people, LGBT homeless youth, and people living with HIV/AIDS. You can count on me to continue to advocate for marriage equality and full equality in our city, across the country, and anywhere I think my voice can make a difference. We must remind ourselves that the struggle for LGBT justice is not over. There are too many suffering from unjust and pervasive discrimination all over the world, and we will not rest until those injustices are made right. Love has won time and time again, and love will win again this June. But we will not stop there. We will continue the march until we achieve full equality and justice for all. La igualdad es inevitable. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. It really takes a lot of coordination, a lot of effort. I really want to thank all of the staff. If you want to just raise your hand.